Hello again, everyone. It's Vince Four from TradingWinds.com, and this is our update for May 25th, 2020. Hope everyone's enjoying the long weekend so far. Let's take a quick look at how the markets finished off on Friday. We did see the Dow Jones dip about 9 points at the close. You can see here futures have opened higher, so we are slightly higher by almost 300 points right now. Stocks around the globe on the exchanges that were open today did trade slightly higher, but on very light volume. The S&P 500 higher on Friday by almost 7 points. Again, they're edging higher ever since the futures market opened. The Nasdaq was up 40 points on Friday, and the Russell 2000 edging higher by 8 points. The bond market did trade slightly higher. The yield on the 10-year note is still holding steady. It is at 0.661%. Crude oil gaining 47 cents, or about a 1.41% so far, and gold futures are down about 8 points right now. So not huge moves by any means, but more or less a continuation of what we've seen recently. If we take a broader look at the markets here, let's look at the main ETFs for the different sectors, starting with XLE, the energy sector. You can see we're still trying to make our way back above that cloud. We did pop above there on Thursday and actually Wednesday as well last week before pulling back on Friday. So the 20 lags a little there. If we can get back above it, I think at a minimum we should close this gap here. And then potentially have a retest of that cloud. You look at the technology sector, it really continues on in this strong trend that we've seen for a while now. XLU, though, desperately trying to hang on to the cloud here. Could set up short again early this week. The consumer discretionary sector has really gone silent here over the past week, but still holding on to those gains while it works through this level of overhead resistance right around 120. XRT, the retail ETF, moving above that cloud, confirming it with a retest there this time, the second time around here, confirming it and now breaking above the high. That looks pretty good. Communication ETF moving forward. Real estate sector did bounce on Friday, but overall still looks fairly bearish, while financials remain weak. Financials remain no momentum here in the cloud, just unable to get anything going to the upside, and still look likelier to retest lows before any significant move higher. Healthcare sector, if you remember, this one was leading the way here for quite some time, but over the last few weeks has gone quiet and has given up all of that momentum, is now sitting very much in that range. Consumer discretionaries did move above that cloud, but have been moving lower here for the last few weeks, while industrials are flat as well. And last but not least, materials still trending upward here and are firmly above the cloud. Now, moving into this week, being a short week, we have a lot of economic data points that were squeezed into a couple days here this week. So we have a busy next few days. On Tuesday here, tomorrow, we get the house price index number. We get consumer confidence and new home sales. Wednesday, we get NBA mortgage apps, the Red Book report, Beige Book report. While Thursday, and this is a biggie, we got jobless claims, durable goods orders, corporate profits, we get the GDP number, we get consumer spending, pending home sales, and crude oil inventories, while Friday we get retail inventories, wholesale inventories, Chicago PMI, consumer sentiment, and we even get Jerome Powell, the chairman of the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell. He is planning to speak on Friday as well. Of course, earnings season continues. And so there will be a lot of news to digest over the next few days. But certainly If we look here again, we're looking for a move either above the recent highs here or below the recent lows. Certainly, if the futures market can hold on to these gains and we open higher, we have a good shot at closing above that high here on the Dow, and as well as the S&P. The Nasdaq, as you know, had already cleared that and is on its way to the highs, and the Russell now remaining above that cloud for 3 straight days. And again, if futures hold their gains and continue pushing forward, we can not only get a higher open, but if we close above this recent high, then we got a good shot at closing this gap and potentially moving closer to this zone of resistance that lies overhead here on the Russell, basically from 145 to 160 area. So should be another interesting week overall, but that's about it for now. And just a reminder, obviously tomorrow, being Tuesday, there's no chat, but Wednesday morning, we will be back with another live market chat Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific. So until then, that's about it for now. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you on our next update.